When Jesus was dying on the cross, he didn't explain himself. He didn't defend himself. He didn't answer the crowd. He quoted a psalm. And the psalm he chose changes how we understand the cross. The book of Psalms was written long before Jesus' birth. And yet, this psalm seems to narrate a scene from the crucifixion. Today, we will carefully read some passages from Psalm 22 and discover why Jesus chose these words in his final moments. Listen to the opening words of the psalm, the same words Jesus cried out, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? Why art thou so far from helping me and from the words of my roaring?" But it goes further. Observe the description of the crowd. "All they that see me laugh me to scorn. They shoot out the lip, they shake the head, saying, He trusted on the Lord that he would deliver him. Let him deliver him, seeing he delighted in him." Now listen to what David wrote in verse 16, centuries before the cross even existed. "For dogs have compassed me. The assembly of the wicked have enclosed me. They pierced my hands and my feet." Now understand the secret. David never had his hands and feet pierced. He was describing exactly what Jesus would endure. This is God's mark on history. The crucifixion didn't even exist when this psalm was written, and yet all the details are there. In verse 18, it says, "They part my garments among them and cast lots upon my vesture." Therefore, when Jesus quoted the first verse of Psalm 22, he wasn't declaring defeat. He was pointing to the entire psalm, because Psalm 22 doesn't end in despair. It ends in confidence, in liberation, in victory. What seemed like abandonment was, in fact, the fulfillment of a prophecy. The cross was not a moment when the Lord lost control. It was the moment when the plan was fulfilled. In verses 27 and 28, it is written, "All the ends of the world shall remember and turn unto the Lord, and all the kindreds of the nations shall worship before thee. For the kingdom is the Lord's, and he is the governor among the nations." Isn't that impressive? I only read the parts that prove God's absolute sovereignty, but I invite you to read the entire Psalm 22 today to feel the complete victory. Jesus didn't quote Psalm 22 because he had lost faith. He quoted it because he trusted in the end. And perhaps that is the question for us today. If Jesus trusted in the end of the story, even in the midst of suffering, what does that tell you about the moments in your life when you felt abandoned? Always trust. In God's word it is written that the end of a thing is better than its beginning. Therefore, the end matters. May wisdom guide your reading. May the Lord bless you, strengthen you, and fill you with peace. Until the next reading.